So I've got this mixed up pretty well, or minced up pretty well, and to that I want to add in some orange zest. Notice that the stickers are still on this. Whenever you get your fruits and vegetables at home, that's another Rachel Ray thing. She actually washes everything really well. Well, she doesn't. The 8 to 10 people that work for her do it. But anyway, she takes them, washes them, puts them in the refrigerator, or I use fruits and vegetables in my wine cabinet. I know most of you don't have any room in your wine cabinet, but if you do have room in your wine cabinet, you would put them in there because that's about that 50-degree mark, 55-degree mark, and they kind of like it a little better than a refrigerator. I let the stickers on even though they've been washed because depending on the fruit, if you pull off the stickers, sometimes it pulls the skin off with it and it rots. So we're going to put some orange zest in this and the juice of it. Now zest is just the outside of this guy, the dark portion of it. And so based off the amount of basil I have, I'm probably going to do about one. On what you guys did, what I made for you guys ahead of time, has 3 oranges zested already and 2 of them juiced. I love the zest. Even if you're not going to use the zest today, don't throw it away. Get another set of ice cube trays. I can see right now y'all are going to garage sales all this weekend and getting a bunch of ice cube trays. All right, they're working. Take those and put this little zest that's in it in the ice cube trays, fill it with water, freeze it, and then if you're a baker, you can defrost it later. It's not pretty, but it tastes really good. Or if you do lemons and limes, you can do the same thing with those. And if you're an iced tea drinker, just take the cube and all and put it right in there. And it gives you great flavor. I'm a big proponent of not throwing away anything. All right, so we're going to put that in there. There we go. And I'll talk about this in a second. And then we're going to go ahead and put the juice in a moment. And I've got some basil leaves here that we've already picked. And washed. And if you are someone who grows your own herbs, you definitely need to invest in a salad spinner. Use OXO's the big brand out there, the OXO, the white thing, sometimes silver or clear. Sometimes used to have a lawnmower type thing, now it's got a punch thing on it. It's great because then you can wash stuff and spin it dry so there's no, because water is actually an enemy of all of these. Once I get this in here, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this off and put it in. Any other questions, anybody yet? Yes, ma'am.
What about toasting?
Look who it is. Hey, good luck.
What about toasting the nuts?
Somebody up front's going to have to, I can't hear it.
Toasting the nuts.
Toasting the nuts, great, absolutely, Bev. You definitely want to, when you can, toast them ahead of time. Nuts are far better. Once they've been out of the shell, they're much better. And we're talking about 400 degrees for 2 or 3 minutes. Or you can put them in a dry, non-stick pan and toast them. It brings the oils out, a lot more flavor. Thanks, Bev. So I'm going to got all this pesto in here. And
how about the stems on the
great question. You notice we didn't put the stems in there.
Right.
Stems and basil don't have really much flavor. They actually have more of a bitter, herbaceous flavor to them, unlike cilantro, which the stems are actually far better and more pungent than the leaves themselves. So cilantro, we put it all in there. So we're going to let that run for a second. And I like, this is not in the usual recipe of things, I like a little smoked paprika in here. But you could also put red pepper flakes in it, which is great. If you're one of those people who likes a little spice. So if you can get this kind of cut up some, a little salt, a little pepper, and whatever this is, olive oil. All right, so that's pretty clean cut up. And we're going to then turn it on and let the olive, I hate these little things. Some doctor invented that. Then you want to just put enough olive oil until it starts to spatter. Hear it spattering now? So that means it's getting pretty chunky. I'm going to let that run, and then we're going to put in the orange juice from it. Now, this is one of my mother-in-law's tricks when she doesn't want to use orange juice in it or citrus juice in it. What she will do is actually take a vitamin C tablet and crush it up and put in there. And what that does is it doesn't add any flavor to it, but it helps the chlorophyll from turning black. So if you're going to store this pesto for any length of time, the best thing to do is actually to take it and put it in your container and then drizzle olive oil over the top of it until what you're basically doing is cutting off the air supply, so there's no oxidation. Give that a little whiz. Again, French turn. Here we go. Oh, that's beautiful. A little taste. Needs more salt. I always say it needs more salt. Oh, it's good though. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add in the Parmesan cheese.